Hey everybody, welcome to Alliance War number 4, and let me tell you what, I did not think when I started this whole graphics thing that the changing paths, I didn't think about changing paths, because every time I change a path, I have to redo the entire thing, so I'm trying to find ways to streamline that. You can see I've got the whole map there this time instead of just path 8, and that took a long time to make, let me tell you what. And yeah, so this time we're going up against Zeus. And this first node here is Enhanced Recovery. It's mostly a diversity node, but turns out I got someone a little tricky on this. That common defender there, turns out it's a green goblin. So that's going to be something I'm happy to have Stark Spidey for, but you never know with those green goblins and their healing, you know, they can start throwing you off. So watch this. He gets a little bit lucky with the madness, is it? Yeah, I think it's madness. First, I built up some poise charges. So the reason I brought Blade instead of Archangel or somebody else was for the poise charges, because it looks like I have a Iron Man Infinity War on the Flare node, which could be a pain in the butt. So you can see he has the orange buff there, and he's just healing all back to full. So I have to be able to overpower that somehow. But the idea is just to let it wear out, because the green one lasts twice as long as the orange one. And he's eventually he will run out of it. So he does run out of the orange buff, and the green one stays, and I'm able to get him down during that small window. So no problems there. We actually had a guy try and picking up some charges for Corvus Glaive, so I didn't have to fight anybody else on that short little intro path, and I was able to move on to node 32, which is basically just limber and immune to bleed. It's kind of funny that they ended up putting Luke Cage here on this node, because he's already immune to bleed. I think that maybe was to throw someone off. Maybe they thought we'd put some other science. They'd put some, I don't know who it was. I was just thinking, well, it's a 5-star, not a 4-star, so it's not Abomination. So I don't know the science champion that's not going to go down extremely hard with Stark Spidey. So I took Stark Spidey in again. It was Luke Cage. I'm thinking, thank God. This is so far a pretty good war for me items wise. Haven't really touched the items, just the boosts as you can see. And yeah, go in for a 5-hit combo, special one, and he's down. And we're on to 39, which is kind of the signature node for the path that I've been taking. I think Cade was looking at my OG Vision, said, you know what, OG Vision can handle 90% of the counters, the enemies on this node, and I'll have some good backups like Blade for those Mystic champions. So why don't I go in with Vision, and it's usually Bishop when it's a mutant champion. And so the strategy for me is not to use my parries, because I just want to save them, because there is limber on this node. So if I save the parries, then I'm going to be good to go later in the fight if I really need them. And the strategy is to just not let him ever fire a special. So special one is a good bang for your buck if you as long as he stays below a bar of power, right? So I would use my special 2 if I had it available to me, and he didn't have a bar of power, but the thing is he always has a bar of power, so it's kind of important for me to spam my special 1 here. But you can see it's working pretty well. I back off there and do the intercept thing so I can get that last special 1. And I actually go in for another intercept and get that guy down, and I was feeling pretty good about that Vision fight. So I moved on with clenching very hard to this Iron Man Infinity War. So I was pretty sure it was going to be the Iron Man going into it. Didn't really know how it was going to be. So I have this. I didn't throw the boost on before, or did I throw a 3-minute boost? I can't remember. But I decided to maybe throw a regen boost. I have to see how this goes. I cannot remember exactly which boost I used. But it is a very important node for me. This is, we're going up against Zeus. Zeus is a crazy stacked opponent, so we have to do everything we can to get every single last attack bonus. So okay, it is the Iron Man Infinity War. I do have the regen boost on, so I'm fighting it a little bit, the degen, but not much. So I build up some poise charges, thinking that's going to be my strategy, is do some damage here. I get all the way up to 8, and I go in for a pretty nasty 5-hit combo. Did a lot of damage there. I go in for another combo. He's still below 4 armor ups. I can see how he's getting low to that armor, and I don't want to waste it. So boom, I throw a heavy attack, and 37,000 damage. That thing, I don't even have to deal with the 15%. So Iron Man, definitely not the greatest on that node. I think most champions have some way to get above, to get by that 15%, and that's just not going to be a problem. So Moving on to the last mini boss fight, I got tagged in for the Agent Venom here, and I had a few options. I could have brought Spidey, could have brought Blade, could have brought Vision, and I was just thinking, because it's Strike Back, and I don't know if I'm going to be sitting in the corner with Spider-Man, I think I'm going to take Vision in and just do the really slow fight, basically the same fight that I did versus Bishop there on the Biohazard. So I take Vision in and I heal him just a tiny bit with the level 2 Alliance health potion, and it looked like we had already lost the war, but we did need every single bonus, so I decided to use just a 10% boost just to put me over the edge there, and I think that's it. I was looking for a tech boost. I'm not even sure if those apply to Vision because of just the way the damage works on his specials. But yeah, so I went in with just the 10%, and thank God I did that, because you'll see what happens here. So I bait the heavy there. It's all looking good. Vision just doesn't have tons of damage here, so it was definitely going to be a slow fight no matter what. And I think I was being way too passive here, way too passive. So he does. I do have to use my special 2 because of Strike Back, and I'd get intercepted there somehow, and that was really my problem. I realized that now that the whole trade-off block damage versus real damage was not really going to work well, because he was throwing a lot more than just like one hit and then baiting the heavy out. He was throwing a lot of hits. So that was another special 2 there, and I have him against the wall here. I probably should have started intercepting, but I was so nervous just because I didn't throw the invulnerability boost on that I decided to just play it even safer, and I should have punished that special 1. I don't know what I was thinking. I just forgot that you can punish Agent Venom special 1, and you can evade out of the bullets. So I don't know what I was thinking. I was just getting really nervous. Even though we had already this war had already been lost, they did the math, and it was mostly just about picking up a few hundred points for the war. Oh, and I get intercepted again there, so I start realizing I need to go faster because of the timeout, and then I got intercepted again, so that was even riskier. So now we're really stressed. I wait to see if the parry lands. I get the parry, don't get it the second time. I'm playing correct. He's throwing way too many combos into me, and now I have to dodge the special 2, which I hate, but luckily my synthesis kicks in and I can do my own special 2 and power drain him. I really should be doing those stand-up intercepts, I think, but because I was so low, any one hit could have killed me, and so I was really getting nervous. You can tell I'm just playing so cautiously. It's embarrassing. So I should probably get ready to dodge the special 1 here. Here we go. And of course, I do punish that one finally. I use a special 2, and I'm at 3% now. Oh, thank God he didn't do a 4-hit combo into me, and I finally get him down with just 3% left. Oh my God, what a stressful fight for me. I'll tell you what, I was dying. So Zeus ended up beating us. I updated the score to reflect SAS's score rather than a mixture of, Savage Squad and SAS. So now I'm 23-3 for deaths, kills and deaths. We did lose that one, but we're looking to so that dropped us down to Plat 1 that time. But we're looking to bounce right back. That was a winnable war. Actually, we could have done better. I'm very happy I didn't give up any deaths. But I do have one of the easier paths, let's be honest here. So there's some really tough paths out there, especially Path 5, which they had me on in the first war over here, and it's just brutal. I feel for my alliance mates that are running it. So hopefully we can keep going. We've got good war coming up next, and now we are currently in the war after that. I really have to catch up. The reason I went behind is because these graphics, guys, man. Cade's got me jumping all over the map doing different paths and stuff. It's driving me nuts. So I gotta figure out how to streamline this whole thing. I'll figure it out. That's my job, not your guys's. But yeah, that's the reason I'm delayed. So hopefully we'll get that taken care of, and we'll see you guys soon in other videos. And take care.